Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of What? StarCraft Brood War, and it's remastered. Today it's going to be free and shine. One of these guys is an absolute madman for doing this, says RJB. He didn't say what it was. He says it's weird fun, so I'm going to tag it weird fun. We're on Ringing Bloom, top right. It's going to be a red Protoss player. It is free. Top left it is Shine. Two players who will not be winning ASL 19, but good players nevertheless. Shine is kind of a middle-of-the-road professional Zerg player, and Free did a lot of great stuff back in the day, but he's getting older now, and I don't think he can keep it up. So, hey, he is still excellent. So it's going to be a PVZ for you today, a weird fun game, which you know means weird stuff like Devourers and Scouts, and, I don't know, like mass Valkyries and things like that. No Valkyries here, because it's a PVZ, but you know that. You know that very, very well, because you've been watching StarCraft for so long now. I first discovered you can watch StarCraft online back in 2008, which made me a latecomer to the Brood War scene of watching, right? I was playing Brood War with my friends and stuff, and playing UMS missions and, you know, just playing online and with my friends and all that stuff, but I had no idea there were professional people playing Brood War until 2008, which I am embarrassed to admit, but hey, we all come into it at our own time, don't we? So, I watched a couple of VODs containing Korean announcers, like a PVT that I watched. I think that was the first one that I watched, first professional match that I ever watched. And I was like, holy smokes, how do they do this? And then I got hooked. Got hooked on watching Brood War and StarCraft 2, which was coming out in 2010, and here we are. So, Hatch first in. Here is Shine at a weird position here, because this is a back base here on Ringing Bloom that is very, very easy to take and easy to hold. So I don't know why. Maybe that is what RJB meant by saying the man's an absolute madman for doing this, expanding forward instead of to the safe base inside your base. Just like, hey, look, Free did. Ooh, it's a Nexus first as well. Oh, so it's a Nexus into Forge, into Gateway here. Very good. These Overmind cocoons do have a little bit of creep here, so we can Sunken Rush if you are predisposed to do so as a Zerg. But, hey, spawning pool not even done yet, and there is no drone across the map. Just an Overlord that scouted the right direction here. All right, Terry, excellent stuff. You see the Forge. You see the very, very, very late Gateway. And hey, Nexus first. Yo, that's common on this map. So third base, inside the base, that is in your base. And that is not weird as well. So, is it going to be Devourers? Is it going to be Mass DT here from Free against Zerg? Is it going to be, I don't know, man. Is it going to be Scouts against Zerg? We'll have to wait and see. Cybernetics Core is a prerequisite for weird fun for Protoss. So there it is. Ha ha ha. Dun 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 dun. Probe scouting. Probe scouting. And a lair. First 100 gas towards the lair. Third hatch coming up well before the lair shows up. So we are going into full macro mode from both of these players. So, not making a Zealot. No Zealot pressure here for the Zerg, which makes him feel happy. Just, you know, one Zealot here when the Cybernetics Core is almost done into a Stargate. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just very curious to see when we get to the weird fun part here. A lot of the weird fun games that I've done have been very Sky Protoss versus Sky Zerg, where you do have things like a lot of Corsairs and Scouts and Devourers and Mutalisks and Scourge and all sorts of crazy stuff. Weird fun can also, in a PVZ, incur... what's another one that I've done that's weird funny? I don't know. Having a hard time thinking of exact examples. We'll get there later. Spire coming up. Here from our guy. This is very, very normal stuff. Again, it's Ringing Bloom, so you get a third base faster than you normally do. You can safely do it. Probe continues to scout. Scouts the Spire. Important stuff for him. Recognizes there will be Scourge coming in here soon. Corsair has a small window to get kills. And it knows it. Overlord scouting down this way. I don't know, maybe Weird Fun is Shine expands 8 times before 10 minutes. He just, like, takes the entire map. That would be a madman thing to do, yeah? Yeah. I think it would be quite a madman thing to do. Robotics facility coming in. Now, this is probably going to be... is this, like, fast Reaver? Maybe he just wants obs, right? He's not going to need Reavers. He's not going to need obs yet because there's no Hydra Den. So there's nothing going to be invisible running around here unless our guy goes for a really fast burrow upgrade, which he could do because he's got a lair, but keeping an eye on it. Now, 1 kill for the Corsair is going to be par for the course. You get 1 kill. If you get 2, the Zerg player screwed up somewhere with this build that the Zerg is doing. So we're going Evolution Chamber, Hydra Den, Hatch. This is something we see a lot of on Ringing Bloom in PvZs, is a wall off here. So you basically have all 3 of your bases protected from things like Zealots and whatnot. It can be pretty good. I have seen Zerg players try doing this and then just going mass Hydra, and I hate it. But you don't have to go mass Hydra with this. So we'll see what he does. Robotic support bay is on the way, so it is going to be a Reaver. I imagine an Observatory is going to come in here soon. It's a +1 air weapons. So Corsair Reaver, not a bad play. We've seen Corsair Reaver be done with Disruption Web before. If you missed that game, if you want to see a game that makes you wonder why Protoss don't just go Reaver Corsair Disruption Web every single PvZ, ask me for the link. I'll give it to you. I read every comment anyone ever makes on the channel. You know that. And the channel's not exactly growing right now. So, you know, I can definitely do that today. But it is insane. I think it was, maybe it was Free versus Hero, I want to say. But so far, no Fleet Beacon. We'll keep an eye on it. Just unloading Zealots inside, you know, inside the third base, I guess. Not the natural base here. And trying to snipe down that hatchery. It'd be a big deal if that hatchery died. Guess what? You didn't have any static defense over here, so good luck saving it. Okay, well, Shuttle gets wiped out by Scourge. That's a win. Sunken gets done. Can't get surrounded by Zealots either. So Lings are trying to fight it. They're trying to fight outside of range of that Sunken. Doing a pretty good job of it. Not getting dragged. Okay, now we're getting dragged into Sunken range, and now we're in trouble. Like, now we're dead. Okay, yeah, those guys could have survived a little bit longer if they weren't taking those hits. So Burrow is on the way. I said that, and... oh, wait, did he cancel Burrow, or did it finish? Burrow, I swear I saw Burrow in the production tab. Double Stargate. Dude, come on. Get a Fleet Beacon. Do it. Do it for Protoss fans everywhere. I need to see this. But, I mean, that was a long time ago. I mean, maybe like 2 years ago at this point. Time's a flat circle, okay? I don't know when time happened or continues to happen. It is double pumping Corsairs. It has to be. Come on. I'm hoping for it right now. There are a lot of Corsairs out. They have +1 attack. They are trying to avoid taking them Scourge hits, which so far I think they've done an okay job of. And yeah, Zerg player on 3 bases, Protoss on 2 bases, and sneaking a third here for a 3rd base. Wow. That's interesting. Scarab damage upgrade coming in at 8 minutes. Now, in the modern PvZ, we generally get Reavers late game. Like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We start getting Reavers. This is Reavers at 8 minutes, dude. Mixed bag on those Scourge connections. It really makes me sad when I see like 27 Scourge try to hit Corsairs and they don't even micro. Like, they don't even try to micro and they lose like 2 of the Corsairs and you're like, huh. Well, yeah, the damage against Corsairs or against Scourge is pretty good on these guys, huh? 4th base here for the Zerg. Great Overlord down. And just cannon. Just 5 cannons defending this 3rd base down in the bottom right for free, which I'm pretty sure Shine doesn't know about. Also, he's pretty majorly supply blocked right now, so he has bigger things to worry about than heading down and scouting that bottom right-hand corner. That said, he's doing it now. So he's going to come up and say, hey, what's up? You are cannoning this pretty hard. You probably have a base down there, eh? Eh? Just wanted to say, eh? It has a Fleet Beacon. Let's go. Let's go. I sussed it out. I sussed out the strategy here of free, because I'm pretty sure... I don't know, man. I'm like 60% sure it was free who did it the first time. Oh, good pickup. Great micro. Fantastic pickup on those Reavers with the shuttle. Everyone's injured, but they're not dead, and that's what matters. Sending some probes down to the third base to saturate it. Love that. And the nice thing about this is the third base is that you get a fourth base right here for free. Reaver up. And Hydra, probably the better target here. Wow, that was a long one. Long distance shot from downtown. He's on fire. Ooh, got a Corsair there. Neat. Guess what? There are still 9 of them. So, yeah, it's Disruption Web. I told you. I've not watched this replay first. I never watched the replays before I cast them. With the rare example of... this makes me mad just to talk about it. But sometimes I do a cast, and my NVIDIA software is like, I'm going to use this other microphone input source, like your webcam, to record your audio. Derp, derp, derp. Unlike, you know, using the microphone that you've been using for every cast, every time you've ever recorded anything for the last 10 years. We're going to just swap it out on you without telling you. It's fine. Some of the sound's all screwed up, and I'm like, I get really, 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 really mad when that happens. So other than that, and then I will recast it, because I'm like, duh, the sound's got to be good. But other than that, I don't recast games, and that's not, well, hopefully not one of these. Well, it's not this time that I'm casting it anyway. Who knows if it's using the right microphone this time, actually. I've taken to doing a test recording just to make sure it's using the right sound. Oh, there you go. There's the D-Web. There's the Reaver on low. The D-Webs are so useless. Wait, the Hydras are so useless inside the D-Webs. And the Sunken is getting D-Webbed as well. This, again, why does not every Protoss do this? I don't know what you do. Like, we've seen Scourge be horrible about this. We see Hydras getting Disruption Web absolutely disabled here in an intense way. One of the Reavers dies, sure. Okay, so they kind of ran out of D-Web there. They lost both Reavers. That's a shame. But, come on. That was awesome. And I think he's going to win this game. I really do. Okay, maybe actually Mass Corsair can still be dealt with on a defensive basis with a couple of Spores and a couple of Hydras. Look at this static defense that Shine is going for here. Loving it. Loving it a lot. Big fan. So, yep, today we're just making 3 Stargates and Mass Corsair and Disruption Webbing everything. And it'll be a good time. Against, what is it? It's Mass Hydralisk. Okay, in fairness, there's a Queen's Nest just now. We could get into things like Defilers. It's only 13 minutes. It's okay. Back in, baby. We are back in for more. +2 attack, finishing up on these Corsairs. Okay, now we can finish off this hatchery. And how do you beat a Zerg player, guys? As Protoss, kill the hatcheries. That's right. Tell them what they won. They won a lot of wins against Zerg by killing hatcheries. Okay, now D-Webs. The D-Webs, we need them. You have a lot of energy for D-Webs. Some of you Corsairs do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Just, you're a Hydralisk. Imagine being a Hydralisk. And sitting inside a D-Web and being like, oh, a Hydra dropped the third base, though. Hold on a second. Reaver's defending dead. Hydra's sniping shuttles. Probes having to fight down here. Yes, drops. Okay, this is how you win a Zerg against Protoss, is you drop them. Big fan of this. 4th Nexus down. 3rd Nexus in a lot of trouble here, too. Corsairs can't do anything about this except for D-Web. And eventually, like, you run out and the D-Web runs out and then you can't save it. Oh, okay. GG, man. That might be a GG. Like, it's a hatch for 2 Nexuses. Not the best trades I've ever seen from a Protoss perspective. This is tough. This is tough for him. He's on 2 Nexuses right now. The Zerg player's on 1, 2, 3, 4 mining bases. It's a 2-to-1. 2-to-1 setup. That guy has no scarabs and is left and abandoned by his friends to die. A very sad story of a robot. Actually saw a video that talked about how little it takes for humans to get emotionally attached to inanimate objects, which I think everybody pretty much knows innately, right? But they did a study where they had these little, they're just little vibrating motors that kind of looked like bugs. I think you've seen these before. They're kind of like toys for kids. So the initial study, the initial round one of the study is you'd give someone one of these bugs and say, okay, put it here and smash it with a hammer. And people are like, okay, bam, and then smash it. And then round two is they have them in little terrariums and they've named them things like Martha and Billy. And then they're on. And so they're like buzzing around and it like looks like they're alive and they have names now. And then they're like, all right, this new group of people, now take this and smash it with a hammer. And the people hesitate. And the people are like, but it's Billy. But it's Martha. And that's all it takes, dude. They didn't put googly eyes on these things. They didn't give them voices. They didn't give them personalities. They just gave them a name and made them move around. Like, that's all it takes, dude. More D-Web. I feel like that's a lot of D-Web stacked. I think that may be a screwed up spell cast by Free. It's working. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Is that a... No, that was not a reaver shot from all the way down here, all the way up there. Was it? It probably was. Free. I'm loving it. Free. Another hatch is down. Revenge for the fourth. And the third base is getting killed. The third base is back. The fourth base is... I don't think it was ever up, but it's coming up now after it got canceled or killed during its process. No, I don't... Okay, now, carriers... Now, carriers I don't know about. Carriers are a surprise to me. Carriers I did not expect. Carriers are maybe a bridge too far. We're looking at a unit that Zerg has about 87 counters to. 1 Plague, 2 Darkstorm and Hydras, 3 Devours, 4 Hydras without Darkstorm. Like, did I mention Scourge yet? These guys can't run away from Scourge like Corsairs can. This is throwing. This is a little bit of throwing. A little bit of throwing. New base getting replanted. Well, 5th base getting replanted. Okay, then Shine's taking the center on Ringing Bloom. Taking the center. Holy Hannah. This is an incredible, incredible game. Alright. Corsairs. Corsairs checking to see if there are overlords running around, and there are not. So this is a burrowed Hydralisk trap for Corsairs here. Look at this. 12 Hydras with +2 attack. Burrowed. Like it's Vietnam. And the Viet Cong are busting out of holes in the ground to attack soldiers. Attack United States soldiers that have come and invaded their country. Amazing. Now look, I'm not making any political comments here. That's literally just a thing that happened. I'm not putting a moral judgment on it, okay? Okay, just making sure. But yeah, look at this. I haven't heard the sound of carriers in a game featuring Zerg in a pro level in a very long time. Dude, the Reavers are unloading underneath the carriers, so it looks like the carriers are way better than they are. Hydra trap. Oh, just kidding. If you unburrow before they show up, it's not really a surprise anymore. Whatever, dude. Okay. Scourge. Useless. Like, just going... the Corsairs are covering these carriers so well. Like I said, I don't know why this isn't every PvZ. I don't know why we don't see Snow trying this. I'd love to see what Soulkey's response is, because I don't know what he would do. I don't know what he would do against it. I don't know what you do against it. I think Shine's in an immense amount of trouble. Greater Spire's coming in. We're going to turn some of these guys into Devourers, and that's going to help a lot, like I said. Devourers against carriers, pretty awesome. The third hatch, well, I guess this is technically the second hatch. The second hatch is dead. The third hatch is dead. Shine's at 63 workers still because he's got 4 bases down the left side, a 5th base at the 6 o'clock, and the center base exists. He's taking both those gas. And I'm fairly sure that Free doesn't know that base exists, or he'd be going for it right now. So yeah, it's 172 to 143 supply. Free is about 30 supply up, which is where you want to be. In about even. From the Protoss and a PvZ, but that's a normal PvZ. A normal PvZ without carriers and without 100 Corsairs. I don't know what the rules are in a game like this. I don't think there are. Look, the Devourers, they've arrived. If you want to see more Devourers, check out my live streams. Games with Devourers do show up in the live streams a lot, especially Fastest Map, and especially things like free-for-alls that we play with the fans. And snare tossed down? What? What is happening? And snare plague? Oh my gosh, D-Web! Okay. All right, there's acid spores here. We just need plague on these units, and it would be the 1-2-3 combo of Zerg spellcasting and area effect goopy manners. Hey, look, a carrier died. But it is 176 to 117 supply. These carriers are not dead. They are just gooped. Ensnare goop and acid spore goop does not straight up kill a thing. It makes it easier to kill by other things that are not queens and devourer debuffs. Center base is dead. I kinda. Oh, what? I think that targeted on the drone before it burrowed, and it found it and detonated and killed it because of splash damage anyway. This is crazy. This is a weird fun game of epic proportions. RJB is not wrong about this. RJB is not wrong. This is a weird fun game. Free as a madman, but it's working. And every time I see somebody try it, it works insanely well. And I don't know if the answer to this is just a 3-hatch Hydra bust, where you're like, oh, you made 1 million Corsairs? Neat. Let me Hydra bust your front and you die. Because you didn't spend enough gas on things like Speed Lots or Storm, but maybe, you know, when this is tried, usually that's what happens. Plague's on the way, we're making more Devourers, these hatches are dying far too quickly. Far too quickly here. Burrowing here, what could be the third base from Free, except it's way not that. Yeah, he's not bringing obs with this army, which would be a deadly mistake against Terran, because they will Cloaked Wraith destroy you if you don't have any obs with your army, but Zerg can't hit me with anything like that. Lurkers can't shoot up. Now, I'm sure that Free thinks that it would be nuts for Shine to have expanded here. And besides, you have other bases you can take down too, just by casually flying your carriers around and murdering everything. 10 kills, 18 kills. Yeah, I mean, Terrans everywhere are like, oh, it's so nice to see this happen to a race other than Terran. This is wonderful. I can't believe we're seeing carriers be this good against Zerg. This doesn't make any sense, but it's like Christmas for me. Carriers are good. Terrans are like, maybe Zerg will join us in our belief system that carriers are overpowered and that only 8 Protoss use carriers because it's easy to use and really too good for how little APM it requires. Yeah, maybe. Consume's on the way. Did he get Plague before Consume? Yeah, it's a rare thing to see Plague before Consume from a Zerg player, gotta say. Dude, this carrier macro from Free. Cancel it. Just cancel it. I don't know if he canceled that. I don't think he did, actually, so... Humana hum. Bad times, sir. They were the worst of times. They were the very worst of times. The Zerg player's dead. 178 to 115 supply. He just keeps finding every base that the Zerg player's trying to throw up here. And the Hydras keep getting de-webbed every time they get in close. This is a GG. I think it's been a GG for like 3 minutes. But the Zerg player's holding in. There were Hydras over here. I don't know. I guess the carriers killed them. I don't really care, to be honest. This is Carrier Dominance Day 2025. 27 kills on that carrier. 26 on that one. 21 on that one. I mean, come on. I like how each interceptor gets a kill count, too. That's very cute. Don't really pay attention to that all that much, do ya? Oh, is there a Hydra attack over here? Huh, look, I guess all the Hydras are dead. Well, that's terrible. Yeah, it's double the supply for the Protoss, and he has a fleet of unstoppable, unkillable carriers. And the Zerg player doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any gas. This space is dead. This space is dead. Dead. Replanting, replanted, and replanted. He's doing a good job replacing stuff that has died, but at the end of the day, it just, the carriers will come back and kill it again, and it's just got to be incredibly demoralizing. We're getting air armor upgrades right now. We already have +1 for Protoss plating and +3 for the interceptors. The Zerg player just doesn't have enough. He's got a couple wiggly boys. He's got 2 defilers down here. They have consume, they have plague. They can be dark swarming and plague into their heart's content, and I don't think it matters. There's a plague. Hey! Oh, there's a bird defiler down here. Look at this guy. Can't see him because the carriers are over him right now, but look where he was. Okay, that's the most effective play the Zerg players had in the last 20 minutes of this game, is that burrowed defiler pop-up attack. Dude, make some observers and put them with your army, please. You have observers. They're just not with your army at all. Ooh. Defiler. Oh, see? Oh! Tried to burrow dodge that attack, but no, didn't work. Okay, Dark Swarm Hydra, go. Come on, there it is. Dark Swarm Hydra. Okay, but the +3 attack on the carriers means that the base dies. Oh, hang on. Did we just lose like 3 of our... Oh my gosh, we're losing all of our carriers right now. The plague changed everything. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's still 160 to 103 supply. A lot of it's Corsairs, which doesn't actually help you kill Hydras, unfortunately. Dude, Shine cannot come back and win this game. There is not a way he comes back and wins this game, right? Supply block the Zerg forever. Supply block him into the ground. He does not deserve to win this game. You are using carriers. The true Chad unit here. Defiler, you have a cast for us? You already did throw down the Dark Storm. I guess that's good enough. Yeah, this attack getting shut down. Shine supply blocked. It's 76 supply. That is too much D-Web. He screwed up again. That's like 7 D-Webs in the same location. It doesn't stack. It doesn't extra disable things inside a stack of 7 disruption webs. Oh, he D-Webs both spores with 1 single D-Web. That's so cool. Dude, the Overless is utterly demoralizing stuff, man. That's the thing. GG. Shine taps out. And Free gets the win. Holy shnikes. That is a game. That is a game of StarCraft for you today. I cannot believe that. Man. Honestly, like second time in a row, we have seen a Protoss player go mass disruption web with Reavers against a Zerg player and win pretty handily. Again, I don't understand why this isn't done more often. I don't. And you're like, well, it's Ringing Bloom. It's a weird map where you get 3 bases real easy and you can do weird strategies. The other one, I think, was on Benzine. So it was a 2-player map. It's not that weird. It's pretty standard, at least for standards of maps that old. And I just don't know why Protoss doesn't do this more. I really don't. Man. And that drop was great stuff, right? Cancel the 4th base, kill the 3rd base, knock the Protoss down to 2 bases, which is just brutal. Absolutely brutal from any Protoss ever, if that happens to you. But he came back from it, right? Got a bunch of carriers out. If he'd had obs with him, he wouldn't have lost all those carriers, but it didn't matter. Reaver carrier cannon is pretty good against anything that Zerg can throw at it for the most part. Not enough Devourers, I would say. These Corsairs are definitely, I would say, co-MVPs, maybe the MVPs of the match today. 7 kills on that one. Like, no Scourge could really bother them today. I'm sure a bunch of them died.